Hello guys, welcome to another video from Dota. Today I'm going to be bringing you a different replay. This is I often don't bring you replays that aren't from Meepo, but this one's a Medusa replay, and there's a reason I'm bringing this to you, because it demonstrates a few really important things I feel that are very important in every pub game that you're going to ever play, like in ranked matchmaking, when you're not stacked with friends, when you're not competitively playing like in leagues and tournaments. I think stuff like this is very important to keep in mind. So I'm going to try not give too much away. Obviously the title of the video will probably give quite a bit away, but this game is not a great demonstration of good play, by me at least. I think overall the level of play in this game is pretty decent, but I think by me this was one of my not very good performances. I didn't play that well in this game, basically is what I'm trying to say. So don't expect me to play amazing. Of course, Jakiro instantly getting caught out there by the Rocket Barrage, and Rocket Barrage does an insane amount of damage, and I'm seeing a lot of this, at least at my level. People playing Gyrocopter, going boots first in an aggressive dual lane, and just wrecking havoc with that level on Rocket Barrage there. So that caught Jakiro there. Basically he played his positioning there was the positioning that a support would have in a normal lane, but he needs to be near the creeps in this particular aggressive dual lane. And aggressive dual laning is something I'm again seeing a lot in 6.84. I'm not sure whether I like it or not. I think it's a lot easier to execute than on a normal off lane, and it's also easier to execute than a tri lane. So I'm not sure how much I like it. I think, of course, in competitive it has very little bearing on the actual game, but at least for the pub scene, it's quite a low skill lane. I think honestly, like, aggressive dueling is one of the easiest lanes you can do. It either goes really well or it either completely fails. And I'm going to get slowed here by the I don't know the name of women's skills, but the Ice Blast there, and her slow that reduces your mana, reduces your overall health. They take me incredibly low, and Bloodseeker has first on me, boots first on his Gyrocopter. He's easily going to catch me. I don't have boots yet. I went for the Wraith Band to help me last hit, but a nice ice path there is going to stop Gyrocopter's pursuit. Let me just look at Wyvern's skill names. Okay, I got hit by the Splinter Blast, which you target a creep and it splinters off and hits, and it does a nice slow and good damage. And then obviously another slow, which is her Arctic Burn, which has incredible range. So easily just taking me down there. And they're going to pick up Jakiro as well. The first from Bloodseeker giving them more than enough vision to just finish off Jakiro. So already this lane is going horrendous for me. I'm playing a hard carry that is very reliant on farm. Jakiro's died twice in the lane. He's eaten up all his regen, so I can't rely on his regen. I have to buy a TP to get back into the lane, and then I'm not going to be able to afford boots. I have 4 last hits and 2 denies at 3 minutes, so this is very bad for us. Incredibly bad start. Unfortunately, looking back at this, one good thing I did do is wait to skill, and that definitely saved my life twice. Having the mana shield allowed me to survive in both engagements. So I'm really happy that I did that. Sometimes, I mean, previously I would sometimes just skill stats to help me last hit, but waiting to skill and skilling that mana shield has definitely saved me in this lane so far. So I'm going to pick up the boots, and this should make me a little bit harder to kill. Gyrocopter still has a considerable amount more movement speed than me, and with those 2 slows from Winter Wyvern, it's going to be very rough for me to get anything done in this lane. So I'm trying my best to get last hits. I'm getting a few last hits in there with Gyrocopter's superior animation, and at this point probably has the same or if not more damage than me. It's amazing that I'm even able to get last hits, because I'm not able to go in melee range with the creeps. I have to stay at max range, which makes last hitting incredibly hard for someone with such an animation. So I'm pretty happy that I did so well last hitting. The Splinter Shot is going to cause a massive amount of slow, stacked with the Arctic Burn. I turn on the Mana Shield a little bit late, but he's going to get a TP is going to come out from an Undying. Very nice TP there. I don't think they were going to dive anyway, and he's not going to get anything out of this TP actually, so in hindsight it wasn't that great. But he's going to transition from bottom lane from his aggressive dual lane, a Necro Undying, which has so far killed Windrunner once, so it's gone okay, but it's not been amazing. Gyrocopter going to Rocket Barrage me up here, but he's going to get very low doing that. But he's not going to get low enough for us to kill him, and he's just too quick. He's just way too quick. He's going to get healed up there by Wyvern. So this dual lane they're running is very powerful versus other weak dual lanes. And the issue, I guess, with having a dual lane on your team is if you pick a carry that is reliant on farm and reliant on getting babysat, you're going to have a very rough time versus a dual lane that's superior. So it's kind of 2 versus 2 in most lanes nowadays. There's very few. I've seen very few tri lanes, which again I'm not sure how I like. I don't really like it that much, but that's just my playstyle. I'm very much a farm orientated player. I guess everyone sort of is, but I've always played carry and I've always done pretty well by it. Again, of course, everyone plays carry, but yeah, it's at least how I do it. So I'm just gonna get as many last hits as I can. Fortunately, the lane is pushed up for me, and it looks like it's gonna stay pushed up. Chikiro again gonna get caught out. A weird way to get caught out. We're gonna try and maybe kill this Gyro, but he's just gonna get healed by Winter Wyvern. And one thing I should be doing here, I'm getting greedy on this Wyvern. I think the zombies would have finished her anyway, and I get really greedy. Again, I'm kind of in the game. I'm kind of tilting a little bit. I'm not purposely tilting. I'm not being toxic at all. I don't flame or anything in this game. I rarely ever flame. But I guess in my mind, I'm a little bit annoyed, and I'm not making clear decisions because my mind is kind of filled with all this. Oh, we're doing so badly. I'm on a loss streak, and I'm on a very big loss streak at the moment. So yeah, not so good. I'm level 5, so my XP is okay. I mean, at least I can say my XP is okay. I'm gonna be getting my ultimate pretty soon, which is gonna definitely help me survive. I have the level 3 Mystic Snake, which is again gonna help me last it. I have 2 levels in my Mana Shield for it, so I'm a little bit tankier. And I'm gonna finish up my Ring of Aquila to give me some stats. Ring of Aquila, just a very, very nice item on Medusa. So you kind of watching this. It's kind of like this. This will happen. This will happen in pub games. It doesn't matter what level you're at. You watch professional players stream, they have bad games, they have bad lanes, their teammates play badly. I think he's going to get caught a little bit out here. He's going to drop the tombstone, he's going to do some damage, but the homing missile by Gyro is going to come out. It's not going to do enough damage to kill him because it's only a level 1, I think, because he's maxed Rocket Barrage. And they're going to get pretty low off this tombstone, but we're not going to be able to kill them. But that's good, that sends them out of the lane. And Undying made a good decision here, was to rotate top. He realised, okay, they're having a bad time top, we're not achieving so much bottom. The best thing I could do is to be able to secure some farm on Medusa. I do spot Windrunner there. I'm going to get a couple of last hits, but I'm going to decide to back off. Gyrocopter is looking for a dive here, and they can definitely dive. I don't have my ultimate yet, so I'm going to stay way back. I'm actually going to go near the creeps. If I'm near the creeps, I feel a lot safer around Gyrocopter because his Rocket Barrage obviously is split up between the creeps. So I'm going to take a look at the other lanes for you. Hopefully nothing crazy goes on at top. I'll keep an eye on the map so I can see. So we have obviously Earthshaker versus Co-op, and Earthshaker's having a very bad time versus Co-op. There's no way he can outlast it at Co-op unless he's playing sensationally well. Mid tower is very low to dying. We do spot out this Windrunner. We do have 2 people here, but Winter Wyvern is here as well to protect Windrunner. And Jakiro kind of want to get something done, but the Shackle is going to come out, but it's only level 1. The defensive ice path does cut off the pursuit a little bit, but the slows are going to come out from this Winter Wyvern. The cooldown is going to go down. He's just hit 6. The Rocket Barrage, way too much damage for me to deal with. Necro does TP out to try and help me out, but he's not in time. Tombstone is going to go down. It's pretty good. A Jewel Breath does come out from Chikiro, and that's going to slow them up a lot. Queen of Pain does rotate top. She might get a couple of pickoffs, but she doesn't have enough mana for her ultimate. It's actually on cooldown, so she's not going to be able to pick up anyone. Winter Wyvern completely out of mana, so they do pick up 2 for me. So considering how far behind we are, that's actually a good engagement for us, even though I die. It's not like I'm sitting on 1,000 gold saving for an ultimate orb or something. So knowing that all the action's on top, everyone's TP top, there's no space for me to farm, of course my other teammates are going to be taking that, I'm going to look to the mid lane for some farm. But to go to the other lanes, they have a Bloodseeker who's been farming this entire time. He's level 8, he's on his way to his blade mail. He's got a poor man's shield, got phase boots, so he's clicking pretty hard at this point in the game. You can see with Blood Rage he's clicking very hard actually with that first. And shoot gun on top, they are just going to easily take down Necrophos. They do get Undying as well earlier on. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of look at the other lanes, how the other lanes are going, to give you a perspective of how badly this game is going for us. Coin of Pain's doing pretty well. I mean, she should have more CS than she does, but she has definitely given this Earthshaker a very hard time in the mid lane. She's level 10, our mid who was Earthshaker is level 7, has 18 last hits, doesn't even have Arcane Boots yet. Jakiro here going to get caught a little bit. The Shackle is not going to land, but the Power Shot is more than enough damage. The Sonic Wave, yeah, is going to be wasted. It does hit me, but it's, you know, I'm not too fussed about that much damage. I can just stay back. Maybe I can get a couple of heals from Necro. So Earthshaker is going to look for some farm here. Hopefully get his Blink Dagger at some point. I don't know if he decides to go. I think he's going this this enchant totem build, so he might go treads or phase boots. So I'm going to put this back on player perspective just so you can see how I play this game. So I know it's Gyrocopter in the top lane, and really I'm kind of scared of Winter Wyvern still being there. I am going to try and look for some XP, but I'm not going to go too deep into the lane. I definitely want to stay around my tower. Even staying around my tower is incredibly risky. As you're going to see, the Splinter Shot doing a sizable amount of damage, but the cooldown is just going to do ridiculous amounts of damage. As the mana runs out, they just take me down. And being there, I knew was risky, but I'm kind of like, you know, I can jungle, but it's a little bit slower. Maybe I can get one wave of the jungle if I'm lucky, get back into the jungle. I have no lane ward, I have no ward near their tier 1, so I don't really know where they are. I'm kind of guessing at that point, so I'm kind of just like, I need farm. I'm already really far behind. I need to make this play. So obviously on play perspective I'm looking elsewhere, but Jaru is going to make a dive top, but he's not going to secure anything. Top tower is incredibly low, mid tower is incredibly low, they've got bottom tower, so it looks like we're going to lose all of our tier 1s within the next couple of minutes. Nice Fisher is going to block out, they're going to separate Gyrocopter and Winter Wyvern here. Gyrocopter going to take incredibly low. He does actually get picked up by Jakiro, so that's a nice kill for Jakiro to have. Some level 6 there on Jakiro. Tombstone is going to get dropped, and the Macropie, but the Macropie is a little bit off target. Winter's Curse is going to get dropped on Undying, but it's not. No one's in range to hit him. Queen of Pain going to quickly blink in and pick up that Jakiro kill. They do manage to kill Wyvern and Gyrocopter there, and the Reaper's Scythe used to kill Wyvern, so he's down for quite a while now. And all this time I'm kind of using the space bottom, knowing that top's very dangerous. Now I'm kind of trying to lane control as best I can bottom, so it's closer to our tier 2. And this is, again, as I said at the start of this video, Bloodseeker picking up Necrophos there. As I said at the start of this video, this pub game demonstrates quite a few things that you should try and do when you're behind. And being behind, some players will mentally give up, some players will choose to give up, some players, teammates will give up, but no matter what happens, you need to adopt a different playstyle when behind. So he is going to drop the cooldown. It's going to be off target. I know this homing missile isn't going to do enough damage, so I'm going to accept it with the mana shield up. Of course, his animation and his attack speed is going to outlast hit me, but I get a few last hits there. And I'm level 7. I have phase boots and Aquila, so I have quite a bit of damage now. And the Mystic Snake dropped there, picking me up and last hit, and some nice damage on Gyrocopter. He's playing very aggressive, he's very sure of himself. The Fisher is going to be perfectly on time, perfectly in position rather. The homing missile is going to go down, but it's not enough stun to do anything. Macropie is going to do a lot of damage. Ice Path comes out and he goes way deep. Whole team rotates and we just pick him up. It's worth it to do that. Like, we need to keep this Gyrocopter down, because he had an exceptionally good lane. Necrophos is going to do a lot of this nuking out the wave, and this is something you shouldn't do. At this point, I'm the only one who's going to be, well, at the start of the game I was the only one who's going to be able to carry this game, but Necrophos gaining levels in his Dagon, well, he's going for Dagon, getting levels in his Dagon isn't really going to secure us the game. It's, you know, the only thing that's going to secure us the game is a large amount of physical damage, and the only one who can put that out is me on Medusa at the moment, so he really needs to let me get the majority of the farm that's available, and not nuke the waves out, because as you can see now, I put this on free camera, the wave is completely nuked out. he had to go to the tier 1 tower to get it, and he's just going to get instantly picked up. So if we'd have lane controlled it here on the map, which you can if you are slow to hit them, you don't nuke them out, you can keep it at your tier 2, which is incredibly safe. As you could see, my team was easily able to rotate for Gyrocopter, who was diving me, and we picked up a kill. So I'm gonna, at this point, knowing that the waves are all pushed out, Necrofrost is nuking the waves, Earthshake is nuking the waves, we are... The best thing for me to do right now is to farm the jungle. A nice Macropyre is going to go down. It's going to do a lot of damage. Fissure does come in. They're very, very low. I chuck out my ultimate and we do manage to pick up 2 kills. Double kill there for Jakiro. My ult was a little bit late, but I didn't think I needed it. Echo Slime is going to go down on Bloodseeker here with the enchant totem. And Necrofrost is going to pick up a kill. 73 seconds down there on Bloodseeker. So we do get some very nice kills. A big throw by the Radiant there. So that is definitely going to set them back quite a lot. If we look at their gold advantage, they're over 10k at the moment. I think the most they've been, that's probably like 12k at the highest. They dipped below 10k now. They're about 9k gold advantage. So they definitely lost. They definitely lost a 1,000 gold advantage with that fight. So that was a very nice fight for us. I'm going to pick up this Perseverance because this is going to allow me to stay in the jungle. Clue is kind of in the name there. And with that fight there, I shot up to level 11. I guess the biggest change was probably the XP there. Exactly. Look, with that fight, they were at about an 8,000 XP advantage, maybe even 8,500, and they spiked right down to a 5,000 XP advantage. So they definitely lost a lot with that fight. And we gained quite a bit, but it is by no means going to keep us in the game. And if you were noticing there as I was talking away, I stacked a camp. I stacked the hard camp, which is where Jakiro was, and I stacked the pull camp, the small one, which is nearest to our safe lane. So stacking those is definitely going to get me ahead. Again, I wanted to bring you this video because I think it demonstrates a lot of things that are good in general to do, and are definitely very good when you're behind. So self-stacking my camps again, I'm stacking this one. Just keeping an eye on the clock when you're jungling is always a good idea. If you're hard jungling, you know you're going to be jungling. You know you want to stay in the jungle and just keep farming up items. Best thing you can do is always to look at the clock. And obviously I'm kiting them back, trying to take as little damage as I can, toggling off my mana shield on and off to not waste my mana, to have near enough for my ultimate if I do get engaged. So I've got my Perseverance now. I'm on my way to my ultimate orb. Jakiro, the issue is with this game is my team plays very greedy in the amount of farm they take. Earthshake has taken an exceptional amount of farm. Necrofrost is jungling the other side of the jungle while I'm jungling. As you can see, all these camps are empty, and Jakiro then macro powering that lane is just very detrimental to our team. I really need these lanes to be near our tier 2s. I don't have a TP for bottom, which is really unfortunate because there's a large wave there and Jakiro gonna TP for that. So at least we could say Jakiro is gonna get some items, but items are the biggest impact in terms of items we're gonna have is on me and perhaps Necrofrost, but more so on me. So it's definitely unfortunate for me on Medusa here. My team is taking so much farm. But the enemy is pushing in the waves as well, so I can at least farm them as they push in like this and then rotate back to the jungle. They are going to Echo Slam Queen of Pain here and instantly pick her up. Our team does have very good disables, so we can... One good thing about the lineup we have is we can really punish overextensions like that, and there is a big wave pushing in top, so I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to phase boost towards it because I want it as quickly as possible because time is of the essence. And I'm going to start split shotting it up, getting a few last hits here and there, and then rotating back to the jungle. I don't want to stay in the lane too much. A big mistake people who play carry make, or people who are just farming make, is staying in the lane for too long. Their tier 1 is still up, so they can easily TP here and very swiftly kill me, and I am a high priority target at this point if they want to stay ahead. And my team is creating a distraction mid, and I noticed it, so I'm going to pick up my ultimate orb and a TP scroll, ready to TP bottom because I do spot out Windrunner. I'm going to take this wave and then I'm going to TP bottom because I want to maximize the time I'm farming. She's going to focus fire down this tower, and there's not a whole lot I can do about this, and she knows that. But I'm going to kind of walk at her here to make her think that I'm going to go on her. While I do that, I do miss a couple of last hits, but the main thing was to get her off the tower. We do not want to lose this tier 2. So I'm going to miss a couple of last hits here again, using my split shot badly, not maximising the efficiency of it. But all in all, I'm still doing okay in terms of farm. If I get my Lincolns around 21 minutes, then that's okay, I guess. You really want it, if you're playing Medusa, I know this channel's about Meepo, but Medusa is probably one of my favourite heroes. If you're playing Medusa, you kind of want your Lincoln's Lincoln's phase Aquila around 17 minutes, maybe 16 minutes if you're doing well. So 21 minutes is quite late. But nevertheless, it's still going to have an effect in this game for sure. Shackle is not going to be effective. Obviously, homing missile gets popped by it. All of Wyvern stuff and Rupture, they don't have a spammable way of getting rid of it. A spammable way at range as well. If I'm defending high ground, they can't just Rupture me. They have to pop it first. So that's really nice. One of the things I was thinking in this game is they have a lot of damage. They have a lot of ways of killing a carry with Rupture. I was thinking, what carriers don't really care about Rupture, and Medusa's one of those. She could stand there with her ultimate on and not really care. So I'm going to just keep jungling here. The story of this game really is just jungling, and efficiently jungling. And at this point I died 3 times in the lane, and past that I haven't died. I've played very safe, I've played very map aware, been TPing to lanes, not turning up to fights, knowing that I have to get as much farm as I can. And I'm going to bring out a TP scroll and my Lincoln's recipe here, so it's bang on time, 21:30 seconds, and I'm going to get this camp and maybe go bottom or top. Both lanes are kind of pushing out, which is not good for us. Earthshaker is going to kind of duel out Gyrocopter here, and this isn't good for him. The Fisher is going to come out, but the homing missile is going to come down. And you can see how short the cooldown is on Rocket Barrage. It's actually quite ridiculous, really. And he's just going to keep spamming that like there's no tomorrow. I do hear that TP, and I'm pretty scared about that. Earthshaker is going to die with that engagement, and Rupture is going to get dropped on me here. I'm going to start TPing, but I do it a little bit late. And just as the TP is about to hit, the Winter's Curse goes down. It was almost as if he was holding on to that, because that was ridiculously close. You could see there if you were watching the bar for the TP, that was 0.1 seconds. So that sucks for me. I was slightly too slow on TPing. I should have, as soon as I got ruptured, I should have TP'd. So that sucked for me. So I died there. I mainly died there because I kind of tried to help Earthshaker out, because he committed the Echo Slam. I was like, oh, okay, he's committed Echo. I should really try and kill this Gyrocopter now because he's done that, and it not working out. I guess in pub games you kind of have to balance how much of a team player you are and how selfish you are. I guess both extremes are quite bad. If you're a very selfish player, you're not going to get very far. If you're a very team orientated player, you're going to suffer because of your teammates' bad decisions. So you kind of need to strike a balance, and I guess often I get that balance wrong because I try and help out as much as I can, even though I play the carry role a lot. I'll try and help out supports and mids when I probably shouldn't. So they're going to push out this top tier 2, and the damage is going to come thick and fast on it, but the glyph is going to get dropped. One of the main pluses of our team is no matter how much farm they have, our team is still very hard to fight into. We have Echo Slam, Stone Gaze and Tombstone are very hard to fight into. My team is going to get a little bit caught out here, which is not very good there. We need to be near the tier 2. We need to be defending this tier 2. And Necrofrost is going to get instantly caught out there. The Tombstone dropped in a very bad location. It needs to be dropped on the cliff high ground. Winter's Curse is going to go down on Jakiro, and that is going to be his death sentence. I'm going to drop a Stone Gate here, and really what I need to be doing is retreating. I still have all their heroes up and most of their ultimates. A very nice Shackle is going to catch up both Jakiro and Earthshaker there. The silence going to be off the mark, but I'm running out of mana thick and fast, and they know it. They've been checking my mana, and they're going to dive me. I have nothing left to deal with this. Lincoln's is going to get popped. but they have more than enough damage. The homing miss are going to come out, scream, and we just lost 5-0. So if we want to look at the gold advantage, we were actually claiming it back with all the farming we were doing. We got it down to about a 5.5k gold advantage, and it's steadily just gone up to above a 10k again, and they get their top tower. Their XP advantage is about 13k now. So this game is going very poorly for us. And in this game, like any game that goes badly in a pub game, people were very salty, I guess. And if you're not familiar with the phrase, it basically means people kind of getting angry, blaming each other, blaming all kinds of factors, and just being toxic and detrimental to the morale of the team. So I'm just going to do my best here to get as much farm as I can. Still, I'm going to go for the Skadi next, and it's 25 minutes, and I have no items towards the Skadi. And at this point, you may be thinking, like, how are we going to pull this back? Like, what is going to be the deciding factor pulling this game back? And I guess if you were in this situation, kind of have to ask what you would do. It's easy to sit here and watch a game when you're not affected by the emotions running through the game, and if if you're just a human being, you're going to be affected by if your team's flaming or getting annoyed, or maybe they're flaming you, maybe they're blaming you, maybe you've died a lot, maybe you're on a loss streak, and all these contributing factors towards your attitude and your sort of mental outlook to the game. And I suffer from it a lot. It's definitely something I try to work on, but I definitely get very negative and focus on the negatives quite a lot. Even if I don't flame in my head, I do focus on the negatives. So thankfully, my team is giving me the space I need. They're not. Jakiro is like hardcore jungling, and Necrophos is taking bottom, but they're not nuking as much as they were. I'm going to take these Ancients, and it's a double stack, which is very nice for me. Maybe I can triple stack it if I get the timing right, but I don't think I am. No, I'm not. Maybe I didn't notice in the game. But yeah, it's a dragon stack, double dragon stack with the rock columns, which is really nice for me. And that is definitely going to get me some nice gold. So I guess we have good levels on our cores, which matters. Ovshika has the blink now and the level 2 Echo Slam, which is pretty nice, and level 3 Dagon on Necrophos, which I don't really like too much. Necrophos is a weird one. Necrophos is definitely one of the better heroes to have Dagon on. But yeah, I guess first their heroes is actually pretty decent. So I guess one of the biggest mistakes the enemy team make is they get this ridiculous advantage that they shouldn't really lose. But again, it's a pub game, so if they aren't executing their advantage, we can defend like high ground. I mean, it's not a professional game where a 10k gold advantage usually means the team with the 10k gold advantage wins. It's very defendable, and that's something you should always keep in. You should always take into account is that the people you're playing against are at your level. Even if they're stomping you, they are at your level. They are just human beings, and they can make mistakes. Again, I'm pinging out Necrophos. I'm very frustrated at him because I really desperately need farm, and he's just rotating to the lanes, nuking in the waves. Jakiro is farming. He actually has a mechanism of Vlad's Tranquils here, and it's at this point he needs to stop. He has the items that are going to help our team. He needs to stop, and you've got to also weigh up. Are you that person who's taking the farm unnecessarily? Are you helping distribute the farm? All these things help you get further in terms of MMR, or whatever you want. Do you want, if you just want to get better, or do you want MMR? Do you want both? The two aren't mutually exclusive, but they can be. Just because you're high in MMR doesn't mean you've really improved. But yeah, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but this game is kind of slow. I do apologise for the length of the game, but I think this game does serve as a good example of how to play from behind and how you should adjust your mindset even if the game has gone very badly. So I have an ultimate orb here, and I'm pretty tanky now actually. I have 962 mana, which distributes straight into your health pool. If you think of it, mana is more health on Medusa, which is really nice. You kind of need to treat stats are very, very important on this hero, and that's why she's kind of the ultimate orb carry. You can go Manta, Lincoln's, and Skadi all on the same hero. But I don't really like Manta on her, and I'd recommend not going Manta. Again, I do realize the time here, and I'm going to stack this camp, maximizing my farm potential. But very constricted to a certain area of the map, so if you can stack the camps that you have access to, it's very, very powerful to be able to do so. But because you're restricted, I'm pretty much, if you can see the map here, I'm pretty much restricted to, it's not going to let me draw, I don't think. It's not let me draw for some reason. But I'm pretty much restricted to about a quarter of the map here. Maybe not even that. Yeah, about a quarter of the map. And that's not good for us. So if I can stack those camps and maximize that farm, it's very good for us. We're going to smoke here. And it does get popped by someone, but we can't tell who. I'm going to kill this Queen Illusion because it is giving them vision. We're in a bit of a precarious position here. Sorry. And Winter Wyvern is going to get spotted out, and Ice Path is going to get thrown out there. And we do see Queen of Pain. We're pretty confident that even though we're behind, we can still fight, because Stonegate's Tombstone is incredibly potent. We have a lot of magic damage to chuck down, and we can easily kill someone with the Necrophos ultimate and Dagon. I have a lot of ways to blow someone up. Fisher is going to get dropped. He's going to blink and chant Totem, but the BKB is going to get popped, and that's going to nerf any magic damage that can be dealt. Here I should probably be... No, actually it's a good idea that I did hold on to my Stone Gaze. I'm not taking too much damage, but the Rupture is going to get dropped on Jakira. He's going to try and TP out, which is a good move actually. He does manage to get out. I'm going to drop a defensive Stone Gaze, and we do decide to back up the Tombstone a little bit far away from the fight. He's getting quite a lot of first there, so that guy is pretty quick. And Gyrocopter here is going to take out the Tombstone, but while he's focusing on that Tombstone, Necrophos does pick up a kill with the Dagon and the ultimate. Again, they're underestimating our damage. I guess one of the best things with the Dagon build on Necro is he can still kill them even if they're quite far ahead because of how much damage that does. The cooldown here is going to get dropped, and the slow is insane. Skadi slow and the Arctic Burn, I do TP out a bit too late. Again, watching that fight back, I definitely should have backed up quicker. Knowing that, I definitely should have backed up quicker. Bloodseeker does have quite a lot of health. He's on 2.5k health with the Skadi and the Sancho Dash. So this guy's effectively a carry. Gyrocopter's effectively a carry, and Queen of Pain has a lot of items. If we want to look at their gold advantage, they're on a 22k gold advantage, guys. They're probably going to take this mid-rack, so there's no way we can really defend this. And at this point the game just looks lost. The game just 100% looks lost. And you would definitely be forgiven for thinking, yeah, this game's over. Maybe calling GG, maybe just giving up. You should never do that. Ever. I'm very much of the opinion that you should never ever give up. Because if you're giving up, you've 100% lost. If you try, there's like a 1%, 2%, maybe 5% chance that you win, but that's still a higher chance than giving up, if you understand. The cooldown is going to get dropped here, but Gyrocopter is actually taking quite a bit of damage. The BKB is popped, and it does pick up Undying and Earthshaker there. But I am going to get a double kill in the midst of this. I do drop my ultimate and get a nice double kill there. Bloodseeker is going to come in, but he does go straight for Jakiro and not for me. And he has pretty much a Heart of Tarask now. He's on about 3.3k health there. There's no way I can kill him at this point. He is a very, very tanky Bloodseeker. And the enemy team pretty much think they're ahead here. Gyrocopter's saying like, let me finish. It's 33 minutes. But an Echo Slam is going to get dropped on this this Bloodseeker, and that's a very, very nice pickup for Earthshaker. Even if he dies there, it's totally worth him picking that up. A mega kill streak going the way of sorry, I'm getting caught on my words on Earthshaker there, but you can see there it spikes down a little bit, but they pretty much hit a 26, maybe that even represents 27k gold advantage there, and that's probably one of the biggest gold advantages I've seen that I've come back from. So that's pretty insane. But yeah, you can see here Bloodseeker's net worth is insane. If we look at the net worth graph, they have 3 heroes above me. I'm 12.5k gold advantage net worth, which is pretty good actually. That's a decent net worth, but considering they have 3 heroes over that, it's pretty insane for us to even consider coming back from that. But I'm going to get very close to my Skadi here. Of course, there are super creeps in the mid lane now, which give quite a lot less gold. Quite a lot less gold per creep, and that's going to hinder our gold as well. Cypher Vice, they're going to get picked up by Queen of Pain, which is very bad for me. It's actually not so bad for me because I have the Lincolns, but it's just bad in general for our team. Jakira here is going to get caught out. He is going to drop the macro pyre, but it's nowhere near enough damage. Gyrocopter is going to drop a little bit low, so I decided to go in with the Stone Gaze. They're gonna turn away from the Stone Gaze. Of course, it's very bad idea to look at it. The Winter's Chill going to get dropped on Winter Wyvern there to heal him up a little bit. The Scream of Pain is going to come out and it's going to do a lot of damage to me and undying. The Orchid Burn is going to do even more damage. He's just going to get straight up picked up. A really nice defensive Echo Slam there from Earthshaker there, and that is definitely going to help me survive. He keeps walking with the Rupture on, and that pretty much is going to mean he died. That's a huge misplay. I could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to pick up Queen of Pain there because it was a worthwhile kill. But again, you watch that and it looks completely stupid. Like, this game was played at 5k a mile. That looks stupid to watch that. It's like, what the hell is that guy doing? But if you look at the game running up to that, what has happened in this game? This game looks over. This game completely looks over. So he might not be bothered. He might not be playing to win anymore. He might not care. This winner is going to be a bit out of position, and this Earthshaker is going to look for her. Fish is going to get dropped. A very nice kill. This Earthshaker, even if he got completely stomped in the lane, I feel like he played pretty well in the mid game and the late game for sure. So now I'm going to pick up my Skadi. It's a very late Skadi indeed. But the plus side of it is it does tank me up quite a bit. So it's definitely going to help in terms of not dying, which is very important on Medusa. My damage is still pretty bad, and killing Bloodseeker is going to be incredibly difficult with 26 armor and 3.8k health. Gyrocopter not that tanky, but it's still going to be hard to kill. Dagon is going to get dropped on Winter Wyvern, and the Reaper Scythe is going to pick him up instantly. Down for 85 seconds. I'm going to drop the Stone Gaze here and put it in front of Bloodseeker. He's completely screwed. Macropire dropped there. With 3.8k health, he's still going to die. In hindsight, actually, maybe I shouldn't have done that Stone Gaze, because it does make him immune to magic damage. But of course, with the extra damage that I would do, I guess it is quite a lot of damage. We're going to look for Roshan here, and with the medallion, we're going to be able to take a pretty decent time. We do have the Vlads as well, which is helping out our damage. Queen of Pain pushing in that top lane, so we do have to retreat someone out to get that. And I'm going to pick up the Aegis. So in a very dark game for us, there is a glimmer of hope in that I am now incredibly difficult to bring down. But our damage output's actually pretty decent, but it's still lacking a little bit. So yeah, the Hex is going to get dropped onto Necrofrost there, and that is going to bring it down very low. I'm going to start clicking out this Gyrocopter, but the homing missile now maxed does a terrible amount of damage to Gyrocopter there. I guess I'm going to get dropped right on Gyrocopter's head. The Shackle is amazing though. It does pick up Earthshaker onto me, which is going to, you know, pretty much kill Earthshaker there. Medallion is going to bring Medallion combined with my right clicks is going to bring Queen of Pain pretty low, but we've run out of disables. We do pick up Gyrocopter there though. even though Earthshaker died, that was a really nice pickup for us to make. So I guess the enemy team think they're so far ahead that there's no way they can lose, and they would be definitely forgiven for thinking that. Definitely, I would probably think the same if I was them. I know that they're pursuing me up here. I don't want to start TPing yet, because if even with my Stone Gaze up, if he looks at me, not glimpses me, like glimpse obviously means just look at for a second. So if he just looks at me for a second and Winter's curses me, even if he gets frozen, that Winter's curse is going to sign my death, because he's cancelled the TP. So I wanted to wait that out a bit. Of course, he can still get the Winter's curse down, even looking at me. So I have 3.2k gold now, and there are a lot of items I could go now. Medusa is famous for being good with every item in the game. You could pretty much go any item in the game, and it's good on Medusa because of the way she works. She needs mana, she needs stats, she needs every single stat. She needs strength for health, she needs agility for damage, and she needs int because it translates into health as well. Obviously, usually you only need int for mana, but if you don't really need mana, you don't really need mana that much on most carries. But mana is incredibly important on Medusa because it basically translates to more HP. So I'm going to have 3.5k gold. We have a solar crest now on one of our heroes, on Jakiro now, and basically with all that farm, he's done a very good thing with it. Solar crest, I think, is an incredibly strong item. 30% mischance, that's basically a butterfly. Of mischance, of course, you don't get the attack speed and the active and all that, but now their right clicks are pretty strong. If he just chucks that on me, it makes me even tankier, and with the items I have with the Aegis, I'm incredibly hard to kill, and I'm clicking considerably hard now. And this is the biggest mistake the enemy team make. They have such a huge advantage, and they are sitting on their side of the map, just chilling, just farming up. They think they're so far ahead, you know, but I'm a Medusa. I can, with 6 slotted and a Moon Shard active, consumed, I mean, I can easily outcarry them. That's the strength of Medusa. I'm gonna pick up Sacred Relic, and some of you will know what this means. And it's a very risky move. And during the game, I was in two minds of whether to pick up this rapier or not. And they are going to pick up Windrunner here. The Dragon is going to drop to the Reaper's Scythe. So what I'm saying is they're split up around the map. They're farming everything, and they should be pushing. Like, why are they farming versus Medusa? This is a huge mistake they made. So you need to realize this is 5k MMR, guys. If people are making these stupid mistakes at my level, they can be making them at your level. If you're above me, then maybe not. But you need to realize you shouldn't give up, because people do these things. People get so cocky and so far ahead. They're going to dive, they're going to throw, they're going to make stupid decisions. We were dire, we had good map control, we got Roshan, and that got us back into the game. Aegis is going to time out pretty soon though, having said that. But I'm about 1,000 gold off my rapier here. If you didn't see in the recent patch, Rapier got buffed by 30 damage, now does 330 damage. You know, 30 damage is quite considerable. It's actually like another Demon Edge. You know, Demon Edge is 24 damage. Actually, no, it's 46 damage. What am I talking about? But it's actually, it's a considerable amount more damage. I think like a Javelin is 25. Let's see if I can compare it to, but you know, 30 damage is 30 damage. It's pretty considerable. So I just, you know, we're rotating around the map. Now my team knows I'm going Rapier. If you're gonna go Rapier on Medusa, you need to say. You need to not be like, oh, my team might flame me. It's a viable item on Medusa. It's not a 3-2-2 item at all. If you don't understand the meme of 3-2-2, it basically means it's not an item you're gonna throw with. I'm very close to it now. I'm pretty much 40 gold off of it. I tell my team, and you can see as soon as I've gone for this Rapier, my team has instantly closed in on me. We're working together. It's like, oh, Medusa has a rapier. We really can't afford to be split up now. We really can't afford to let Medusa die. So everyone follow him. Keep solo cresting him. You know, just don't let him die. And I guess if you want to force teamwork, Divine Rapier is the way to force teamwork, because as soon as you pick that up and it appears on the screen, ding, Medusa has bought Divine Rapier, they're like, oh shit, if he loses that, we completely lose the game, because Gyrocopter is going to wipe us all. So let's teamwork, let's get smokes, let's make sure Medusa doesn't die. They are going to walk into us, and this is an amazing engagement for us. Ice Path is going to catch out Winter Wyvern there. Necrophos is going to drop Queen of Pain instantly. The Stone Gaze there, disabling them all. The Tombstone there, slowing them down. And I got my Rapier. What a perfect timing for us. This Gyrocopter is going to get brought down. Double cover for us. Rupture is going to get dropped on Necrophos there, but it's going to do nowhere near enough damage. She's just going to stand there and be fine. Split shot Rapier, clearing these super creeps like they're made of paper. So what perfect timing for us there. We smoke up, they come low ground just as I pick up my rapier. Of course, Aegis times out, Tombstone dropped, Stonegate is dropped, and what do? Even with all their damage and all their items, they're screwed. In that engagement, it doesn't matter how many items you have, doesn't matter how tanky you have, Stonegate is still Stonegate, and you cannot look at it. I picked up rapier, it just nerfs the engagement completely. The silence there is going to get dropped by Bloodseeker. We do kind of search him out, but he drops it at a location where we don't know where he is. And with this Divine Rapier, I'm just chipping away at the towers nicely. We're still kind of confident we can take this. Gyrocopter is going to buy back and he's going to force it. We're going to get this tower pretty low. Knowing I have this Rapier, we want to play as safe as possible. We could definitely stay and try and take that tower, and it could possibly work for us, but I could also possibly die if we get a very bad engagement. And bad engagements do happen because usually in pub games, you don't have constant instant communication with your teammates, and obviously there's language barriers as well. Most people on the US speak pretty fluent English, but some people don't. So of course there are going to be language barriers around there. I'm going to keep farming. I want as much farm as I can get. Obviously Necro still insisting on taking farm from me, which is very frustrating for me. But yeah, I'm gonna farm as much as I can. I want to get this rapier. I want to get this butterfly now, and that's gonna really help my damage output. I want some attack speed now, and of course the mischance is really good. I think actually Gyro has an MKB, so I guess it's not the best item for me to get, but it is gonna stop Bloodseeker's damage. And they're gonna go on me again here. They smoked it. They really want to pick me off, but really nice play from my team there. I get 4 staffed out, solar crested up, and Dying is gonna get brought down. This looks like the end. I get Winter's cursed up, the Rapier's on me, the silence is going to get dropped, my mana's getting really low, I'm very low. Guardian Greaves is going to get dropped, it's going to give me mana, and oh my god, a brilliant engagement. Macropire dropped on top of all of them. I split shot all, double kill for me, double kill for Jiro. Perfect engagement. That was incredible. I just want to rewind that actually. So they're going on me here. Roger does get dropped on me, the Tombstone does get taken down, Winter's Curse gets dropped, Blood Ray gets dropped on the ground. But an amazing Echo Slam there by Earthshaker, picks up 4. The Macropire gets dropped on 4 as well. The Ice Path, they all get ticked down, and the split shot just does insane amounts of damage. That was beautiful. That was one of the best counter engagements I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that to try and hype up this video at all. I've played about 4k hours of Dota, and that's one of the best counter engagements I've ever seen. That in the game, I remember this now, in the game, I was like, okay, this is it. This is over. You kind of just sign away in your head. You're like, oh, it was a good run. It was a good game, but it's over. Like, I'm dead now. They completely caught me out. And that was... They tunnel visioned so hard on me that the win was in sight. The win was there. All they had to do was kill me. And in comes Earthshaker with the perfect Echo Slam. Macropires to follow up. And just damage was dealt. So as they push the mid lane, I could go with them, but a couple of buybacks here, and a couple of buybacks, I'm pretty low, could definitely kill me. So I'm going to take the safe option here and pick up Roshan. I want to maintain the Aegis as much as possible on Medusa with the Rapier. It's very important that I make sure it's as hard for me to die as possible, and of course Aegis is literally the best way to do that. So they do pick up the mid tower that we were working on earlier, and they're going to drop a Macropire here to stop them engaging, but they aren't going to be able to pick up any racks, which kind of sucks for us. So we don't get any racks from that engagement, and of course you could maybe say, you should have gone mid, you should have helped them out, but a buyback and a rupture, a couple of buybacks, I was on half health and half mana, I could definitely have died. So I really want to play this safe. Pick up the Aegis there, I'm going to finish my butterfly. And at this point, the really nice thing about buying Rapier on Medusa, it basically means you never have to save for buyback. Because if you're having to buy back, it means you've lost the Rapier. So at this point, I'm kind of like, just buy items. I'm just buying items. I don't care about buyback. I really don't care about buyback. So, Phase Boots, Lincoln's, Skadi, Butterfly, Rapier is the items on me. And as you saw before, there were 3 people ahead of me in net worth, and now look where Medusa is, 24k ahead of everyone in net worth. So somehow, by some amazing engagements from us, and by the Rapier pickup, we have shot their gold advantage down to 6k, and it's still a 6k gold advantage, but a 6k gold advantage on a Medusa, does it really matter? Not so much. The split shot is just making short work of these creeps. It doesn't even matter if they were megas, and we're just taking them down. Gyrocopter is going to cut way out of position. Blink, Dagon, Reaper Scythe gets dropped on Gyrocopter. I do see them off to the side and I drop a Stone Gaze. It was a bad Stone Gaze in hindsight, but I do see them and I want to scare them off. And actually by scaring them off we do manage to pick up a free Gyrocopter there. So they get this advantage that they're so sure they're going to win. 25k gold advantage they had. And now they're tilting because they're like, oh, we've thrown this game, we've lost. So I still have Aegis, I still have Butterfly, I still have Rapier. This Rax looks pretty free to us. Of course, like, Jaguro's just spamming Solar Crest on me. He doesn't want me to die, and it's really nice to see that. Really nice to see your team just helping you out. You buy this Rapier, you know your team knows that the only way to win is to keep you alive. Solar Crest getting spammed on me, Guardian Greaves as well, topping up my health and my mana. And dying is just creating space. Like, we're just gonna get this bottom Rax. So 2 sets of Rax for us in quick succession. Gonna check out Split Shot here. And dying is gonna get brought down. But a nice Echo Slam there from Sugar. And the clicks just melting them away. Of course, Windrun there on Windrunner means that I can't keep clicking her. They are gonna check out the courier because I guess they're throwing. Bye Queen of Pain, she's going to get hexed up, but I'm too slow. Medusa, move those little slivery legs, and I'm not going to be able to get her in time. Necrofrost though does pick up Queen of Pain, a dieback on Queen of Pain, 120 seconds of Queen of Pain. Gyrocopter is going to respawn pretty soon. I still have the Aegis, but we can't obviously go for that top Rax, because top is does have a tier 2. So Jakiro checking out the Let Me End. If you do remember back about 20 or so minutes ago, Gyrocopter was complaining that we weren't letting him end, and it's a good job we didn't because we're winning. Double damage there, I'm going to pick that up, and maybe we can look for a fight with this. I don't have Boots of Travel though, which kind of sucks, but I am going to pick them up now. Lotus Orb there picks up by Undying, a really nice item to use on me, and he does in this game use this on me again. If you want to force teamwork, guys, buy Rapier. Because as soon as your team realizes you have Rapier, they're going to play around you and make sure you don't die. And play together and smoke and try hard. It's just this weird sort of... we can throw in one team fight because of this item, so we have to make sure we don't lose it. So, as soon as this Aegis times out, I could pick up one more item. Because of the hexes, I might decide to go BKB. BKB on Medusa isn't so great. I was talking about every item on Medusa is good, and probably BKB is one of the worst because you only really benefit. You benefit obviously from the active and that, but you don't really want to have to get it. You're tanky enough anyway. But with their hexes and their stuns, they could probably chain stun me in a really bad engagement and take me down. So I want to reduce the factors that would kill me, and hex is probably one of them. So I'm just making short work of this wave, pushing in top wave, keeping them in their base. I have Boots of Travel here so I can go back to the base if they decide to rat. Someone else has bought a Lincoln's and they're piling the Lincoln's on me. I'm getting solar crested Lincoln's. I have a Lincoln's as well, and we have a Lotus Orb and Guardian Greaves. So I'm pretty hard to kill. At this point I'm so scared of throwing, I'm almost saying to my team, like, wait for the Aegis, like wait for another Roshan. But maybe we don't need to. The problem is with this game, even though we're so far ahead now, one bad engagement, Gyrocopter gets the Rapier and he's effectively a Medusa. With the flat cannon and Rapier, he kills our entire team. So it's very dangerous for me to lose this Rapier. It's a very dangerous pickup for me to make. We have Lincoln, Solar Crest, Lotus Orb. Look at my team, they're just following me around. I could stand there and my team would probably stand there with me. They're all following me around. This is just beautiful to see. And we're kind of in two minds about whether we wait for this Roshan or not. But I think that top lane looks pretty juicy, and with this 10-second BKB, I don't think there's any way they can kill me now. With all the Lincolns we're putting on me, with this Solar Crest and Butterfly, with 30% evasion, 35% evasion, it doesn't stack additively, so I guess that equates to about 50% evasion, maybe 45. But still, that's an insane amount of evasion to have on a hero that's not PA. So their team is probably not very happy about how this game has gone. This game looked completely in the bag for them. Gyrocopter is going to push out this way, but he does spout out the TP. I do kind of look for him, but there's not much I can do to him on my own. And I'm pretty quick actually with the butterfly active. So I have a lot of ways to not die. If I get caught out as well, I can just butterfly active out of there. 487 movement speed, quite a lot on Medusa. I hear that's usually quite slow. So I'm pretty much full build here. One thing I could do is sell my BKB for like there's quite a few items I could get. I could get a Cypher Vice because again, as I said to you before, mana equates to health, and Cypher Vice obviously gives you an incredible amount of mana. I could get. I'm trying to think what else I could get. Hexa's gonna get dropped here on Quid of Pain, and she's gonna get instantly brought down. Dagon does an incredible amount of damage. Reaper Scythe not used there. Lotus Orb gonna get used on Earthshaker there, and the Home Missile gonna get sent straight back. Have one too, Gyrocopter, and I'm gonna take down these Earth Wells for a bit of extra gold. And at this point, they're kind of fighting bottom here, while I'm just taking this tower. Like they're fighting. They might kill our team, but I don't care. I just want Megas. Like this is their last set of racks. Winter Wyvern realizes this, but the rest of the team is tunnel visioning on and dying. The Stone Gaze gets dropped, and we get Megas. So I just get dropped on them. I'm godlike. Reaper Scythe gonna get dropped on Bloodseeker. Game is ours. Echo Storm gonna get dropped down on Gyrocopter. He's gonna get fissured up as well, and the click's just doing too much damage. Chikira does pause to rub it in a little bit. I can't really blame him. They thought they were so far ahead, and we just won. We just won one of the biggest gold advantages I've probably ever come back from. I'm gonna pick up a Moonshard here because 6 slot is no longer the soft cap, which is nice. And we've pretty much won this game. So while we just clear up the racks, clear up the ancient and stuff, I want to kind of go over the points I wanted to make. Of course, you can see here they had a 25k gold advantage and we won, mainly by good team play and by buying the rapier. By buying the rapier, it kind of forced my team to play around me and not let me die. And that was probably the best thing they could have done, because only Medusa could really have carried back that sort of advantage. So I'm going to use the Moonshard and use my BKB. I didn't even have to use my BKB because I took a really bad engagement. And of course, they were so far ahead, but all of a sudden they were the ones tilting, and once they got behind, they started playing very badly and making very bad decisions. So we win. We win. Want teamwork, buy Rapier, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not advocating buying Rapier every game, guys, but what I am advocating is to never give up. Is to adjust your playstyle when you're behind. As you can see, I was stacking the camps in the areas that was safe to farm. I was moving around the map, I was avoiding fights, and I was TPing when I knew there was farm. And I guess that is one of the best ways to win when you're behind. There's a lot of things you can do when you're behind, but most of it, I would say, if you were going to concentrate on anything, most of it is mindset and never giving up. That's very important. So it's a bit of a long video, guys. It's kind of in time with like me hitting 1,000 subscribers. So if you're one of those 1,000 subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. It really encourages me to upload more videos. You know, I pretty much make no money off YouTube, and I don't really care about that. I just like seeing people saying like, "Oh, this helped me. This was cool. I liked this video." That's a huge sort of encouragement for me. So I really like that. So thank you so much for subscribing, guys. If you haven't subscribed and you like this video, if you like Meepo replays, do consider subscribing. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you next time.